Good morning. Good morning. Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday. I think I muted you. You have to unmute, see.
The host
There we go.
unmuted your mic. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. Goodness gracious. Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday.
Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday, Queen.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. My computer went out on me while we were playing the theme song, so I was scrambling to get another device to try to get back on, and then it popped back up. So I got my secondary device right here just in case if I glitch out again. Okay, don't know what's going on this morning. Maybe it's the weather because it is snowing crazy here this morning.
Yeah, I've been hearing all the reports of the snow, been seeing the videos and the reels. I'm like, oh, we're gonna be seeing that in a couple weeks.
Mm. Oh, that's gonna almost be like a culture shock for y'all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna have to see what it's gonna be like because we lived there our whole life, so it
Yes.
should be too shocking. But I will say one time we took a trip. I think it was for our anniversary or
Mhm.
something like that, where it was like later in the year, and we were coming back. No, we went to Atlanta or something in December, but it was a little bit warmer than it was in Chicago, I think.
Uh-huh.
We came back and it was like -3 or something. And
Really?
one of the gentlemen on the plane was like, "Why is it this cold?" 'Cause you know how they make the announcement, what the weather is in the place that you land, the pilot comes
Right.
say what the weather is. He was like, "Why would you wanna live here?
Oof.
Why
Yes.
is it cold?"
Why would you want to deal with this code? Why?
Because the summers are so beautiful in Chicago. They are, the summer and the fall
Mhm.
and the spring. It's just that, that 5-month stretch.
That 5-month stretch,
It's rough. It's a
honey.
little rough, but it
Yes.
makes you appreciate the other months.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I got to get used to this winter weather because, in North Carolina, we didn't get a lot of snow. If we did, it was just a light little dusting. This is a whole different ball game. 2-hour delays, snowdy and type weather.
Oh my goodness. Look, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm just praying everything goes right. Look, no issues come Christmas.
Yes, ma'am. Everything is going to be just fine. Positive mind.
Yes, yes. Grand risings, everyone. Aziz, Kier, and Monica. Good morning. Good morning.
Grand Risings, Queens and Kings. Happy Tips and Tea Tuesday.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Both our dogs are up talking this morning because Simba, do they hear each other or something? Because
That,
Simba's in the
Quincy is acting like he got some serious abandonment issues this morning. I mean, I really don't understand. I mean, I love on him something terrible, so I don't understand why he can't just calm down and give me an hour.
He like, no, I want all the attention all the time. So I don't know what you talking about. Mm-mm.
Oh
Good
man,
morning. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Well, we're
yeah.
actually going to jump right in because we were a little running behind a little more. We were having some technical difficulties, but it ain't stopping no show. So we
No,
still here. We still here.
no. We got this, Queen.
Yes, yes. So I just want to say good morning again to all the kings and queens that's jumping on the live. Welcome back to Tips and Tea. You know, I'm one of your hosts, Shantella Shabazz, and here on Tips and Tea, we like to address, some tips that we can give you on financial wellness, whether it's your personal credit, business credit, funding, how to start an LLC, so many different things. We also go over personal mindset, conquering fear, how to be brave and spiritual wellness as well. So we are all encompassing here at Tips and Tea Live. But I'm also here with my sister and my co-host, Mr. Teacher Booker. How you feeling this morning, Queen?
Queen, I'm feeling blessed and amazing. Like you said, we got off to a little rough start, technical difficulties, things weren't working, but hey, we are here. We're not letting anybody stop the show.
That's
And,
right.
we always like to bring you the information, value, like she said, faith, finance, and mindset. So, all in one nutshell. We got it for you.
Oh,
And, Queen, I'm definitely feeling blessed this morning and grateful, and just excited about the closeout of 2025, with some clarity and intention.
absolutely. Today we wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit more since we're in the final month of the year and,
Mhm.
just review. It's time to review, right? We're at the last month, so we want to review how things went for 2025, and it's time to game plan. So now this is the month for you to look at everything. What do you want to see different for 2026? We're going to go through your finances, reflect, and then we're going to make sure we be intentional with what's coming next. So get ready for your tea, everybody. Get your tea, get your coffee, get your Red Bulls. Don't tell Sherry Landrum I said Red Bull.
But Sherry probably has some kind of recipe for something that's healthy, that's like a Red Bull.
Yeah, so I can't wait till she comes on and she talks about that wellness piece and give us some alternative options because I know I can't take too much caffeine. We didn't talk about this before on the live how Shantella can't have too much coffee because I get to twitching. Yeah. So I definitely need some good healthy alternatives to some caffeine. Well, so we just want to welcome everyone back to the queendom here. And before we dive into these numbers, we want to talk about mindset a little bit. Finances without clarity and intention can leave you stuck. And a lot of people feel this way. Sometimes we have to take a step back because we just be existing and just moving through things, just trying to get them done, get them over with. Sometimes you got to reset that. So this is a year in review. It isn't about guilt or shame. It's about giving yourself the gift of awareness and control.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Again, we always want to be your cheerleaders, so we're not going to beat up on ourselves. We're going to keep getting reach all our goals in 2025. We can add them in 2026. So, a review is going to help you to see where you've been and also what you've learned and what needs adjusting. So, it's just a natural little reset that we're going to do. Hit that reset button before stepping into the new chapter. So that way we know where we're going and what our goals are.
Yes. So let's get into this financial house, everybody. Let's get it in order. Drop some money bags in the chat, everybody. If you all are going to take this month and reflect and really look at what happened this year, what was your successes? What was your wins? What do you want to do differently in 2026? So, okay. I don't have any long sleeves today. I was gonna say it's time to roll up our sleeves, but
I got mine on, honey, because it's cold today.
Look, I'm over here, but I'm like warm. I'm like, so teacher, girl, I need 5 minutes. It's warm. It's warm today.
Oh,
So
Lord, yes.
I had to switch into a t-shirt. I was thinking about throwing this sweater on, but I was like, not today. Today we're gonna be in t-shirt weather. So yeah, time to roll up them sleeves, everybody. We're gonna be doing a full 2025 audit for your personal finances, your business finances, even our sole proprietors out there, you're still a business, so it's time to review it. We're gonna look into investments you're making, the debt, the savings,
Mhm.
the credit, everything. So if you got your statements on handy, you got the apps on your phone, pull them up. Time to pull them up. Let's go ahead and get ready to bookmark this live because you're gonna be able to come back here and look over some things because we're gonna get it in order.
Yes, ma'am. Get that house in order. And no stress if you don't, but we can definitely take notes because what we're going to discuss can apply anytime when you're ready. So definitely take some notes and, like she said, bookmark the live, save it, send it to yourself so that way you can go back and look into it later when you're ready if you're not ready today.
Yes, yes, yes. So the first thing we kind of want to look into is your budget and your spending, right? So
Mhm.
look at what you actually spent this year. And for those who do have like a banking account where a lot of your bills come out of, or you use a credit card, they make it easy for you. All you have to do is log into your app or log into the online site. And I know like Bank of America, Chase, Fifth Third, Capital One, all these major financial institutions, they actually do a whole chart for you of where your
Mhm.
money is going. And you can click on the different items in the chart and give it even further breakdown. So you no longer have to break out the Excel sheet in a lot of cases and do all those things manually. I do because I'm an old head and my background was finance. So I like to go back to the Excel sheet. But you don't necessarily have to do that, right? You can actually go into your app and actually see where everything is going. Now, if you wanted to get fancy and they do have apps now where like QuickBooks, where you can
Mhm.
upload your financial statements from your bank account, from your credit card, and it loads it up there so you can see what's actually happening all there together. So you're not looking at separate things. That's a great way to take a good picture of the overall view of what's going on with your accounts. I know I like me and Aziz likes to sit down together once a quarter and we'll like look over everything. And then at the end of the year, we also getting ourselves ready to file our taxes. So we're pulling all our paperwork together, looking over everything. But we do a budget um, towards the beginning of the year of what we're gonna do for the rest of the year. So we look at what we did the year prior, and then we might bump it up by a couple percentages because the cost of things go up, right? So you gotta account for that increase that you're gonna see. So look at what you spent the year prior. So let's look at what you spent for 2025, and then you can make the budget for 2026 based on what you actually spent money on, right? It also gives you a chance to be like, okay, I don't want to spend money on that next year. Let's just delete that, take that out. Let's cancel that plan, cancel that subscription. Maybe I'm not taking that trip this year, because the money looks a little different. So there's some different things that you can definitely look at.
Yes, definitely. And, we want to look at our debt review too, checking your credit cards, personal loans, business debts, where you started this year versus where you are, and different balances, different things like that. So, also, one thing that I've done in the past to try to keep up with my spending and tracking is it can be a little messy process a little bit, but just keeping up with all your receipts because there's been times where I was, oh, I don't want to carry cash on me because I know I'm gonna spend it if I have it. But also too, when you
Mhm.
get comfortable with swiping that card, you swipe, 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 and then you like, oh man, I didn't spend X amount of dollars. So sometimes keeping up with your receipt is a good tracking system, and different apps and things that we've mentioned before. I think what Rocket Money is something that's pretty good about. You can upload your different bank accounts, and it can kind of put all your subscriptions and things together. Because I actually caught a subscription that I missed. I was
Mhm.
actually got paid, or excuse me, debited for a car wash subscription that I had when I lived in a different state. So now, I definitely went in to try to get that canceled because I'm not in that state anymore. No point in wasting money. But you definitely want to just try to keep a better number or a better way of tracking your debt, credit cards, things like that. So that way, if you made some mistakes this year, kind of how to pinpoint what you don't want to do next year. So that way you can stay on track and start 2026 off good in a good financial state of mind. So that way you're on your way.
Yep, let's go. Y'all ain't catch them gems. You better rewind it. Better rewind it. It's time to do an audit. You got to do an audit of your finances, like C said. Kiera dropped a gem in here. So she said she doesn't wait. She starts early. So budgeting, she started in September. And she find that with budgeting, she's able to save from $500 to $700 a month since doing that. I like that.
That's awesome. That's good. And another thing, I noticed I got excited the other day because, for one, I got a little update from SoFi that I got some interest on my high yield savings. But also, too, SoFi can track your spending too if you have your other cards and other accounts set up with that. And I did good for No Spend November because it told me that my spending went down. So that was awesome.
Let's
And it
go.
was a little bit to celebrate.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we're gonna do a review of our no spin November wins next week on
Yes,
next
ma'am.
Tuesday's live. So you can see how bad we was, or how good we was. I think I did worse.
I mean, I've had my good and bad moments, but I would say the good ones outweigh the bad.
There we go. I don't know. I was on the sick and shut in list for a while in October. So when I was feeling better, I was out.
Had
I
to
said
hit
we
them
were,
streets, honey.
Stella was outside in November.
Nothing wrong with that, Queen. You deserved it because you were shut in for a while.
Oh yeah, so definitely, just take a look and like C said, utilize that high yield savings account. That's another tip there, your savings and your emergency fund. Ask yourself when you look at it, did you contribute? Or
Mhm.
did you, if you did, how often did you dip in it? Right? What is the emergency fund looking like right now after this whole year? Were you able to store more money in it? How many emergencies did you have? Right? So that's also telling you what you can look for in 2026. What was the emergencies that actually came up in 2025? And what
Right.
was the average spend on those? So you can take into account, okay, is I'm a budget for this next year as well. So just in case. And if you don't end up using the money, hey, that's bonus. That's
Yes.
definitely bonus. So we definitely recommend a lot of the financial experts out there usually recommend that you have at least 3 to 6 months of expenses saved in your emergency fund to help you get peace of mind. But shoot, nowadays, I feel like you be needing more than that.
Everything is just so high now. So like you mentioned earlier, you do have to plan for that increase.
hmm Yep, and you can see, you can even go to Chat GPT and ask it what was the average increase year over year for the last 2 to 3 years, and they'll give you a
Mhm.
percentage. You can even narrow it down to your specific state that you're in, your city, right? So you can see what the average increase is, and you can account for that in your budget. Use this AI. Y'all know sometimes we afraid to feed it too much information, but ask the AI these questions, and they'll come up with a budget for you.
Yes, they will. Come up with a budget for you, a schedule, help you get your life organized and the whole nine. Yes, but also too, we definitely want to make sure that we're doing a credit health check. If you're working on building or repairing your credit, for personal or for business, you want to pull those reports ever so often and review and look for any inconsistencies in your report, and plan to improve the inconsistencies. What you need to do is take certain steps to try to avoid those downfalls or pitfalls that you went into this past year, and just making sure that you're just budgeting and putting your best foot forward to go into 2026.
Mhm.
I mean, because you
Absolutely.
definitely we've got people that are building and rebuilding their credit. So this is especially important if you're working on rebuilding it. You want to make sure that you're not overspending with the credit cards. If you are using the credit card, making sure that you're making, two payments, one at the beginning of the month, maybe one in the middle before the due date, just different things like that to improve your credit and put you in a better situation for 2026.
Yep, no more excuses.
No
No
more.
more excuses. So, we gotta hold ourselves accountable. And like T said, take the look, right? Go on annualcreditreport.com if you haven't already done so and get annual your free annual credit report. You can also go on Credit Karma. Now the scores are not accurate because they use a different scoring since
Okay.
a different scoring system. Sorry, I got tongue tied. They use the Vantage scoring system, which is different from FICO. So you might see a difference in a range of where the scores sit from 30 to 70 points in some cases. But what is actually listed on the credit reports, the items, the accounts, what's open, what's late, what's negative, that part is usually pretty accurate. Might be a slight delay of what's reporting, but you can at least take a peek and see what's going on there. And then Experian actually offers you a free credit report when you use their system,
They
right?
do.
You at least see what's going on with that bureau. I think TransUnion and Equifax still charge when you log onto their site. But we even here at Nobay have a credit monitoring service. So you want to know what's going on with your credit. You can definitely reach out to myself or the teacher booker or someone on our team, and they'll assist you with doing the credit pull and addressing the issues that's showing up there.
Yes, ma'am. And we offer the free financial analysis as well. So we can definitely help you with that too. If you're interested in finding out how, you can improve your financial situation.
Mhm.
And definitely want to a master sheet, your 2025 financial inventory. It's your income, your expenses, your debts, your savings, business earnings, and your expense statuses and investments. You want to put that master sheet and try to compile it so that way coming in, what you got going out, and we definitely want to make sure we have more coming in than have going out, because I've situations where you have more going in and you always robbing Peter to pay Paul. We want to make sure we more coming in than what's going out. If we are back to get it to where we have more coming in than out. If we need to cut a few things, scale a few things down, do what we need to do so that way we have everything in perspective.
Let's go. I love that. We have Michelle Ramos here. She says, that's true. I've been putting $100 in my account for the past few months. Thank God I haven't had to tap into it. Oh, she was referring to the high yield savings account.
Let's go.
Mhm.
Let's
That's
go.
so Queen. Congratulations for
Congratulations
being
on your win.
consistent.
Yes, honey. Keep that money flowing up, 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 up.
There we go.
I,
So
I saw another comment in there where someone had mentioned that they were making 2 car payments as well. And how is that helping you? Is that helping you with your credit and stuff, helping you get in a better situation?
yep, I think that was Michelle.
Oh, Michelle too? Okay.
She's making 2 payments on her car note. That's a blessing that you can actually do that,
Yeah.
Michelle. So that's amazing that you can take that extra money that you have and you can apply that towards that bill. Now, if you're starting to, this is another tip for everyone. If you're starting to get close to the end of your car loan,
Hmm.
you want at least 9 months, 6 to 9 months out. You need to be able to set up a new credit account to replace that one that's about to close because you're about to lose, in some cases, 5 to 7 years worth of payment history when that account closes. So you need to set up a new account to replace that history you're about to lose, right? And that, your utilization as well. So If you need some assistance on that, let us know. We'll help you with some good recommended credit builders as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, she
That is
did
so
say yes, and it helps with interest, making those 2 extra payments. Yep, because she's
yes, it
look,
does.
make sure if you're making any extra payments, everybody, if you're making an extra payment towards your car, towards a loan,
Principal
towards a
balance.
mortgage, that you're applying the payment towards principal, right?
Yes.
And not just making a general payment, because what they'll do is they'll just pay it towards interest. But
Mhm.
in order to get the interest lower, you need to pay down the principal of the loan. So that's the main part of the loan outside of the interest. So make sure if you're making any extra payments that it's going towards the principal balance.
Yes, that is so true, Queen, because I was a victim of that. I was trying to make some extra payments one time, and then I'm like, "Wait a minute, how is that not working?" So, yes. Make sure if you are making those extra payments, tell them it's going towards that principal balance. Woo!
Mhm. And I can't even be mad right now because, we talk about the AI and the online, everything is kind of getting out of touch. But these online portals now, when you go to make the extra payment, it actually shows you payment towards principal, payment towards interest. You want to do both? Like it gives you the options now. So
Mm.
you can see it. Yeah. So that's another one there for you. All right. So our business owners, are you ready?
Let's
Are
go,
you
let's
ready? Are you
go.
ready? All right, how many of our live audience started a new LLC this year or at the end of 2024? How many people? You can raise your hand in the chat if you started a new LLC. First off, I just want to say congratulations to our new LLC owners. All right, there we go. Yep.
Let's go, let's go.
So yeah, just shout out to you all for starting a business. Starting a new legacy for you and your family. We're
Mhm.
gonna jump into a couple of tips here for just some things that you can do for the business finance piece and doing a review of your investments that you have as well. So it's the end of the year. It's time to reconcile all those expenses that were coming in throughout the whole year, right? So you need to do what your income is versus what the expenses were for that brand new business, right? So you need to check your cash flow. You need to gather your receipts, your invoices, look at those apps, double
Mhm.
check those. If you do have an LLC, you know, you should be doing a P&L statement, right? That's the profit and loss statement. You'll need that for whoever's doing your taxes. If you're a single member LLC, they'll be able to file that with your personal taxes. For those who change your tax balance status to S corp, you will have to do a separate tax form, a separate tax form from your personal taxes. So you'll have two different tax returns this year. So if you need some assistance with that, let us know if you have any questions. But profit and loss statement. Typically, if you again, I'm gonna go back to QuickBooks. If you don't have it,
Mhm.
that's a really good app that you can use as well, that you can upload your statements from your bank, from your credit card. You can manually enter some things, and it'll create a profit and loss statement for you.
Yes, ma'am. That's some good gems there for us, Shantella.
All right, I see a tip in the chat. Nita Jones says Keeper is a good app to help you keep up with your taxes. You can download all your activity and send to your accountant. I love it. Thank you, Nita, for that gem.
Oh, that's not let me write that down. I have to look into that keeper.
Hmm.
It's nice to have everything all in one place instead of having to go back and forth to multiple places to get information.
Well, apparently, I was trying to take the comment off the screen, but it needs to stay up there longer. That's what.
It needed to stay longer.
So someone didn't touch it, so we're gonna leave it up there for a while.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So if y'all didn't catch that, Nita is recommending Keeper to help with keep up with your expenses. That way you can send that over for your taxes to your accountant, and it
Mhm.
makes it a lot easier. You don't have to be so stressed out at the end of the year when it comes to
Right.
filing your taxes, because you're like, I don't want to go through and have to look at all these receipts. If you just do a little bit throughout the year, right?
Mhm.
Linking this account, it's simple as linking your account to these apps so it can track the expenses. And it's just as easy as sending the information over to the account at the end of the year versus
Yes,
having to save all the Home Depot receipts, the Office Max, the Uline receipts. Nope,
yes,
it sees what stores you're going to on your credit card or your bank statement, and it's automatically uploading it to the app.
that's awesome. That is
Mhm.
absolutely awesome. And we definitely want to get into action because reflection without action is just dreaming. So, my queen tip for today is to schedule a monthly money date with yourself. Once
Ooh,
a month, open your budget, check your savings, your debt process, or excuse me, progress, and update your credit and your business finances and keep the momentum and stay intentional with everything. So, you definitely want to do that once a month and write it down, set reminders, check your budget, check your spending, make sure your savings goals are intact, and just keep tabs on it. And when you have reached certain goals, like for example, I reached one of my savings goals, then celebrate a little win for yourself. But you definitely want to celebrate yourself and at the same time put yourself in a better financial situation.
absolutely, yeah. And then you gotta ask yourself, what does your 2026 look like? Do
Yeah.
you need to do more savings to help you be debt free? Do you need stronger credit? What does your business look like? Has it been growing year over year?
Hmm.
These are things you can track. Did you lose money with your investments? So you need to write, like C said, write them down. Write them down. That's gonna make it real for you, instead of it just a thought in your mind. Let's make some action steps behind these goals that we want to work on for 2026.
Yes, ma'am. Put some action behind it. We can talk
Mhm.
about it all day, but until it's done, it's just a thought.
Yes, Nita, I love that too. She said money date. I was like, ooh, money date.
Hey. Let's
I
go,
like
let's
it.
go.
Yes, yes. So, all right, it's time to reflect, everybody. Did you all pull up your statements? What is it looking like?
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
ones wanna know.
Yes. So another thing that you can kind of do is, you know, you also gotta, if you are running a business, making sure you're keeping your business and your personal separated. We've talked about this here a few times on the live, on some
Mhm.
of the lives that we've done. You gotta treat them like they're two separate households. They're
Yes.
divorced. They don't go together real bad no more. They don't talk to each other. Look, they need to keep separate. It's a court order there. Keep them separate. So, if you own a business or you rent properties, each property that you have should have its own bank account, honestly. That's gonna make it a lot easier for you, a lot easier for your accountant, and a
Mm.
lot easier come tax time at the end of the year. It's okay if you have 9 different accounts. That is fine. You don't have to just have 1 or 2 accounts. So, each business that you have should have its own account. Even if you have a sole prop, the sole proprietorship should have an account. Your LLC should have a separate account. If you have any rental properties, that should have its own separate account. If you have, for your personal expenses, where your personal expenses come out, that should be an account, right? You want to have some mad money to spend, your self care fund, make that a separate account, right? That just makes it easier for you to be able to track all those different things. So, keep your personal and your business budgets distinct. If you do need to borrow some money from yourself personally to help your business, make sure you're making note of that,
Yeah.
right? You need to write if you need to write yourself a contract. I borrowed this amount of money from Chantella Shabazz
Yes.
on this date. This is the repayment plan I'm putting on myself. I'm gonna give myself 0% interest for the first year to pay myself back. As long as you write it out, there shouldn't be any issues. It's when you can't account for the money going back and forth, the problems start to happen, right? Then they get you for commingling funds, and now your personal is now liability to your business. So making sure you're keeping those things separate. If you do happen to have to borrow some money from yourself personally to do some things for your business, track it, make a contract, make sure all those things are laid out. Keep it simple, keep it plain. It don't have to be no fancy worded contract.
She said, "Keep it simple, keep it plain, and better yet, and don't cheat yourself.
Mhm.
Borrow from yourself, pay yourself back."
Absolutely.
Yes,
Yep.
ma'am. Nita has a good question. I have an
Okay.
answer in my head, but I would like to know your answer too.
All right. It says, what would be your advice to a business owner that just started that doesn't see the value in having a business account yet because they're not making enough revenue? Well, the value's there. Oh, go ahead, see.
Just think, I mean, more experience with me than this, but I would say that to me it would be regardless a big amount coming in, just showing history for your business first. And
Absolutely, I agree. Go ahead.
yes, ma'am. But I would definitely say that because it's supplying history, just like we tell people don't close their old credit cards
Mhm.
because it's showing history. Even if it is a little bit of money, it's still something that's kind of show for your business.
Yes, it is. Sorry, I was just checking to see if I missed any
Oh
any
no, no, no.
comments because it'll be a delay sometimes. So I'm
Yes,
looking at the phone, looking up, looking over here. See, he's like,
trying to pay
"Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo."
attention to everything. Yes, ma'am. Trying not
Oh
to miss
yeah,
it.
yeah. It's even creating a relationship with that bank, right? So you're establishing a relationship that you are a customer there, right? So when you are start getting revenue, the account is already established. It's already set up. It doesn't hurt to be ready, right? If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So when the money start coming in, the account is already in place. You preparing yourself for the things that's coming, the success that is coming, the income that's going to come, right? Instead of scrambling last minute trying to put some things in place when the things start happening. So you want to be prepared before the things start coming in for the business. So making sure that that's set up and in place is also creating a relationship with that banking institution. So you're like, oh yeah, you've had your account with us already for a whole year, for 2 years. Even if it wasn't any money in there that first year, they're looking at you've had it for that whole year before, right? So if you want to go apply for funding through that institution, that relationship is already established. So yes, business owners, set up the account, set it up. Yes, yes. Oh, Carmen said, replying Anita Jones, good questions. Yep, great question, Nita. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Nita. Yeah, build it and they will come. You setting yourself up for success. Get everything in place so when the funds start flowing, you got a place for them to go. You don't have to scramble to move it from your personal account to your business account. Everything's already set up and in place.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, I see here. All right. So yeah, any more questions, everyone, please make sure you drop them in the chat. Any questions, any tips that you had, what's worked for you in 2025 when it comes to your personal finances or your business. Feel free to leave it here in this chat. We would love to share, these gems with everyone or answer any questions that you have. Oh, I think we have another question.
Big one, yeah.
Raina, hey Queen. She says, what do you do when the bank closes the account due to inactivity? Well, a lot of times you can set up another appointment with them to see if they'll reopen the account. They may require that you do a deposit though. If you don't want to do the deposit, because at that point they might start charging you fees since they saw your history and that you weren't using the account on a regular basis. If you don't want to go back to the same bank account and risk having to pay those fees for keeping that account established, then just open up a new account. There's so many different business accounts out there that have um, great terms, great conditions, great products that they can offer you. There's a few out there that don't charge any minimum balance or maintenance fees. Bank of America does no fees for a year, and then they start to charge you like $12 a month on the business accounts. There's online accounts now like Blue Vine that don't charge any fees, and then they get you set up with business credit cards right away. So there's a lot of different credit unions, a lot of different options out there, everyone. So you don't necessarily have to keep using the same one. You know, we could check out other accounts. See, did you have anything you want to add?
No, I was going to say something about the Blue Vine because I was familiar with that one and I knew they didn't have any fees. But those are definitely some good questions. And, I like to be able to help people. And so this is as, people, there are that set up business accounts and then they run into those issues. Because I remember I did have someone that was having an issue with, I think it was Chase charging them fees on their business account. So it's
Mhm.
good to know that there are other accounts out there that business owners can use that don't charge them a fee because sometimes what your it might be a little struggle because you're getting things off the ground. So if a bank that's not going to charge you any fees if there's inactivity and things like that, because you may have a good month and then you may have a slow month. So that Vine is something to definitely look into, and like you have funding options available too. And then you can always come back to us for funding options with Novate too.
Yes, yes,
Gotta throw
yep.
that in there.
Come up and see me sometime.
Yeah, yes, we got options.
Yes, Kiera said Blue Vine, she's co-signing. Yes, they're a good online bank. She loves them. Let's see. Michelle says she couldn't use her SoFi bank for our couldn't use our SoFi bank accounts for our business. SoFi is more of a personal account, so it's not really a business account. You can use it for like your sole prop if you wanted to. But for like an LLC or a corporation, there's some other banks out there for that. That'll get you some better products for your business. Get you set up with some business credit cards, some lines of credit. They may be able to offer you, different structure for your business bank account when it comes to the allotable amount that you have to keep in there every month in order for the account to remain free. Because like the personal and the business accounts have different terms, right? And it varies from bank to bank. So you can definitely check around, check with your personal bank. But yeah, SoFi, unfortunately, not yet has a business bank account yet. Let's see. Trying to see if there's any more questions. Any more questions?
I'm looking too. I'm gonna check that on the phone.
All right, and thank you everyone for dropping those questions and those gems in the chat. We definitely appreciate you engaging this morning.
Yeah. It's always good. Audience is laughing with us.
Yes,
I
yes,
don't
yes.
see any more on my agenda.
Okay, okay. So it is getting late in the day, and the queens got things to do. So before we close out, we just want to again say a special end of the year blessing to our queens and our kings out there who are serious about leveling up. So definitely see you want to offer the promo that we have available for.
Of course. I love to offer the promo. So, guys, we're offering $50 off of our credit repair service. So if you need any assistance with your credit, you can definitely come and see us. Again, that is going to be $50 off. And we are offering $1,000 in a savings voucher that you can use to help with groceries or bills. So we all know that in this day and time, honey, those groceries are high, high, high. They are up there. So, we definitely want to provide value by giving you the $50 off and assisting you with the groceries. So definitely get with myself, Satitra Booker, Chantella Shabazz, or any member of our heavy hitter team. We can definitely help you out. And get you going in the right direction because again, we want to close out 2025 in the best situation or best space so we can step into 2026 like a boss, like a king, like a queen. All right.
Absolutely, yeah. So if 2025 was rough and you're rebuilding and you want to make 2026 a whole lot stronger, this is the perfect time to get help, support, and come up with a real strategy, right? So you can slide into our DMs, and this is the only time I would say that it's appropriate for you to slide It's
Right.
already
That
so
part. Yes. Slide on in there right now if you need some assistance with this.
yes, specifically. So yeah, definitely let's claim your blessing, everybody. I want to. Chantel said it was okay for her to for when you slide into her
No, no,
DM.
no, no. If you need some assistance with your credit, slide on in them DMs.
I just want to let you know, you try sliding up or something else. Mr. Shabazz does look at my messages. Okay, I show him. Look at this, babe. Look at this. I will know him, and we definitely gonna talk about you. We gonna talk about
She
you.
said we definitely gonna talk about Oh shoot.
Don't even try it. And look, we watching on overseas as well too. So you trying to slide into her DM or something else, we gonna talk about you.
You heard that right. Oh Lord. Love y'all, love y'all. See, we a family over here. We take care of each other.
Absolutely. Don't be messing with my sister queen, okay?
No, no, no. Oh shoot. Well, guys, I'm sorry. Let me get back to it. I'm sitting here having too much of a good time. But if this episode blessed you, please share it, tag a sister or a brother, and drop your biggest takeaway from our comments or DM us because we are definitely here to help and provide value.
Absolutely. And we do have some an affirmation for you. I get to say it this week. We usually let she say she's just so calm and everybody. I love when she says the affirmation because then I just feel like the calmness wash over me. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
I guess I'll do it today. But we're gonna be confident with this affirmation. So let's say it together, everybody.
Yes, let's do
I
it.
des- I deserve financial peace.
I deserve financial peace.
I deserve purpose,
I deserve purpose.
and I deserve prosperity.
And I deserve prosperity.
Yes, yes,
And we're
yes,
going to
yes.
get it.
Absolutely. Claiming it. I'm definitely claiming it.
Yes, honey. Claiming it, reaching and grabbing the blessings on out the sky. It's mine. Yes.
Yes, yes. Yes, thank you everybody again for jumping on the Tips and Tea Live and sipping the tea with us and just getting ready to step into 2026 with a whole new purpose and a whole new alignment. So we pray that you get your blessings, abundance finds you, and that everything you do is purposeful.
Yes.
So let's go, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Yes. And subscribe. Don't forget to, check out our YouTube channel, Tips and Tea Live. Subscribe, subscribe. We need you.
All right, everybody. Love, love. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Yes. Everybody have a happy, blessed Tuesday and have a blessed rest of your week.